Hello everybody, it's Patty here with Patty Stitches. Today is February 3rd, 2025, and this is episode 293. And on today's show, I have two whips to show you. So sit back, relax, grab your beverage of choice. I'm drinking iced tea today, your craft of choice, and let's chat. So how has everybody been? I've been good. I want to apologize from the bottom of my heart for such a long hiatus. I didn't plan it. I was going to video before I left, and I was even going to video while I was gone, but the internet was kind of slow, and then it was even slower in the hotel when we moved from the condo we were renting. So, yeah. I did do stitching for the 5 weeks we were in Hawaii. But for those weeks I did. The last week, the hotel was so dark that there was just no way I could stitch. So what I thought I would do is just show you the two projects that I've worked on since I talked to you last. I want to come in later on this month and do my 25 and 25 since I haven't done that yet. I am woefully behind on WhipGo, so I will be trying to catch up with WhipGo as well. I don't have a hard set rule that I want to do with WhipGo. It's just making sure that I work on those two projects in the month. So, of course, January, I blew it. So February, I will find out what the two numbers were in February and work on those 4 projects. So the January projects and the February projects for at least a couple days. Yeah, because I really do want to touch everything that I have on my 25 and 25, which correlates to my WhipGo board. So yeah. So let's see. So I'll keep blathering. I've been gone since the 28th of December to Hawaii. We went to Honolulu, Waikiki Beach. We were there until the 26th, and then we moved over to the Big Island to Waikoloa. And we spent a week there. We left on the 1st of February, got back yesterday, and it was, we traveled overnight, got in around 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't take a nap until noon because I did, started to unpack a little bit, did some grocery shopping, and then I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. I was exhausted. But anyway, Hawaii was wonderful. I did lose my driver's license. That is a pain in the posterior, let me tell you. I had backtrack here. I lost my driver's license. We were in the Ala Moana shopping center. I had bought a purse that had a built-in wallet. So I was switching stuff between the two there at Ala Moana, and I think that I accidentally threw it away. I cannot believe I did that because I'm really good about driver's license. Need it to travel. You don't mess around with that. So I did contact the state of Alaska. I have a new one coming to me. It should be here in the next 2 weeks, hopefully, because I lost it on the 7th. I found out I lost it on the 17th, contacted them that night. I got I waited for 3 business days, which of course there was the Martin Luther King Jr. Thing in the middle there, or that Monday. So I waited until Tuesday and contacted the state. They said, oh, well, we emailed you a copy. No, you didn't. Can you send it to me again? So they emailed me a copy of my license. You cannot use that for anything but driving. Renting a car, forget it. My husband had to rent the car that we got in Kona Airport. So that, right. But getting from Honolulu to Kona wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be. The law had changed on the 15th of January that you could only use a driver's license or a passport. There was no other form of 2ID that you could use because I had my pills, I had my Costco card, so I couldn't even use Costco card. No, you can't use anything but a driver's license and or a passport. So I had to be taken aside. They asked me some questions, and if you don't answer those questions right, you have to wait 24 hours to try again. The very first question they asked, I almost got wrong because I had to think about it. And I went, oh, and then I answered the question. It was not fun. The rest of the questions were really easy, but that first one was like, oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. I will give you a hint. Know where you got what state you got your Social Security card in. Because if you don't know, that could hang you up. So, need to remember that. So I answered the rest of the questions. The TSA website made you think that they were going to do a body pat down and look through your stuff. Well, no, they didn't. He got the questions answered. They put me through normal screening, and that was not the problem. So that was wonderful. I got to Kona, called my son, said, get my passport. This is where it's at. Send it to me. I said, FedEx it to me. Well, they regular mailed it to me, but they did it priority. Today it came in 3. So I did get it. Had no problem getting through the airport. Nothing. So the flight back was much better. It wasn't so nerve-wracking. But of course I was kind of nervous until I had the passport in my hot little hand. And I made sure every time I took anything out of the little purse that I was carrying, I double checked that my passport was there, and it was. So no problems whatsoever. So that is my FYI. The more you know, and also know that in May, you can only travel with a real ID if you don't have a passport. So yeah, just know that it's becoming harder to fly domestically than it probably needs to. It's kind of ridiculous, but yeah. Can't even use your birth certificate. Nothing. So anyway, get your real ID if you travel. Get a passport if you travel. I really do like the fact that I have both. I usually do travel with both, and I don't know why this time I decided not to travel with both, but travel with both. Yeah, renting a car, you have to have the ID. You have to have it. Because like I said, I had an email copy of my driver's license and they would not accept it. So know that you can't even do it that way. And I know that they're starting this at some of the airports where you can travel with it digitally. So if you can travel with a copy of your ID digitally, that you have to go through some hoops to do that, you're still not going to be able to rent a car. So remember that you do need the card. You do need it. There's no way around it. You do need it. But yeah, had a great time. We did finally, after all these years, go to the Arizona Memorial and to the Missouri. And I'm really very glad we did that. It was very sombering. And what really surprised me about this whole thing is how small that waterway is right there. I thought these were humongous boats, huge ships. So you would think that the docking area would be huge. It wasn't huge at all. I mean, not at all. And that's one of the major things that surprised me about this whole experience was how small of an area that those battleships were in at that time. It was really, like I said, it was very sobering and very eye-awakening. Let's see, what else did we do? We didn't go to the zoo. Hubs went to the beach. I did not. I did get quite a tan. I don't know if you guys can tell, but for me, this is tan. And yeah, we had a really great time. The convention was fun. Did survive a storm, a very heavy storm. It It was quite a storm, but it was great. Yeah, had a good time. So after talking to you guys for 10 minutes, shall we get on with the stitching? I think so. All right. So I know I told you guys that I was pushing to get Santa of the Forest completed before the end of the year. Well, it didn't happen. So this is on my 25 and 25. And if you are new here, or you haven't seen it in a while, this is Santa of the Forest by Lavender and Lace. I am stitching this on 32 count natural by MCG Textiles, or raw by MCG Textiles. And you will notice that I have moved the Q-snap. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am finally on the metallic thread, and I am using several skeins of Petite Treasure Braid. I decided to switch that out. I do need to finish his lips, but everything else is done. Shall we take it apart and look at it? I think so. I think we should do that. So let me just snap these 3 off. Here we go. All right, so here we are. So exciting. I got all of that down there done. And I just have to work on this little bit of section here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do all the sparkly things that were around him. I'm not quite sure yet. I do need to do his lips. I need to do back stitching on his lips as well. But other than that, I mean, that looks so fabulous. So this will definitely get done before the end of the year, because there's really not that much more to go. And I'm so happy to have this almost completed. I mean, that's just so fabulous. And if I had pushed myself, I could have finished it. But I decided not to do that. I decided I don't need a push, and it would be nice to have a finish for this year. So I'm not really sure how many finishes I got last year. I'll have to look. Don't think I wrote it down anywhere, so I'll have to look. All right, so I went to Hawaii, obviously, on the 29th after we got everything settled, and decided to go ahead and start the Heaven and Earth Sal for 2025. Oops. So I am, Steampunk Portal. And this is by artwork by L&L Designs. Just a second, I needed to drink before I started coughing. So, this one has a story. I got a page done, and I was blasting through the second page when I noticed that it wasn't lining up correctly, and I was just like, what the heck? So I'll show you. If you can see the jog, there. Yeah, when I was putting it on Pattern Keeper, I didn't do it correctly, so there's a 3-row repeat. And I said, no, there's not a repeat in there, just do it. There's a 3-row repeat. So I had one page done and good start on the second page when I had to start all over again. Yeah, I was hoping to get 1.5 pages done before I left Hawaii, before I realized my huge error. So I was able to at least start it over before we moved to the other island where I couldn't stitch. And I did do some stitching last night. So here I am with my restart on this project. This is the bottom page. I did a little bit different. I did all the black first. And I was going to keep doing that, but then I decided, nah, let's just go back to what I like to do, which is the rows. Diagonal 100 squares. So that is what it looks like now. And I am kind of glad I have a restart because I picked up the wrong color and did like a strand of the wrong color. So I'm getting that all corrected. I'm trying not to cough. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I could have had a page and a half done, or even more than that, because I also was upset and kind of didn't stitch on it as much as I was stitching on it. But I will get 6 pages done, and I will get the Jelly World. I'm gonna get that Jelly World. So that is where I am at. So today, since I'm still kind of unpacking and cleaning and doing all that fun stuff, I'm going to work on this again. And then after that, I will start working on the other projects. And I am so excited about working on my 25 and 25. I am behind. I'm a month and a half behind the what is it called? I can't remember now. Put a bird on it. The Put a Bird on It Sal. I am behind on that, and I'm behind on my WIPGO. So in February, I'm hoping to, I don't know if I'll be able to catch up on Put a Bird on It. It may take me a couple of months to catch up on that, but I do want to get caught up on WIPGO and get as much done on Put a Bird on It as I possibly can. So looking around, I really don't have anything else to talk to you guys about. Keep good thoughts for me as I try to get this stuff done so that, yeah, it'll be good. It'll be fun. It'll be fine. It'll be fun and fine. So if you're new, thank you so much for coming in and checking me out. I hope that you found something to come back for. And if you're returning, thank you so much for putting up with my hiatus. I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you guys watching every week. So I hope that you are staying safe, healthy, and happy, and hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.